I hate the term cozy games. I said it. Close your eyes. What do you think of when I say the term cozy game? Is it Stardew Valley, an Animal Crossing, maybe a Sims, a Power Wash, a city builder? Either way, the term cozy games usually elicits something peaceful and calming inside you. Probably something set in nature, where all that stands between you and the town of your dreams is some gentle dungeon crawling, cute neighbors, and an annoying fishing minigame. These games are mundane by design. I don't mean that spitefully, please, I really don't. But they provide a comfortable, conflict-free sandbox to build, clean, nurture, to leave a space better than you found it. But what that mundane, calm backdrop invites is a perfect playground for horror. Because really, what is scarier than the everyday? Just ask Stephen King. He's made an entire career of that. There are a bunch of games on the horizon that are taking the farming sim genre, I'm not calling it cozy games from here, and getting weird with it. In particular, there were a few in the recent III showcase, and honestly, I've just got to say, thank God. Here are some that are on my radar. Kicking off with Crop, announced at the III showcase, which calls itself a farming thriller. After you wake up in the trunk of a crashed car, you make your way to an abandoned, rundown farm. While you wait for rescue, you need to, of course, bury the old owner and work the land at the behest of the hungry locals. You have to navigate demanding crops, rusty equipment, pests, and escalating tension with the villagers, all the while you struggle to make a living from the farm. Now, I actually saw Crop in a behind closed doors session at GDC last month, and what immediately caught my eye was just how deliberately slow it is, and how much effort things take. Now, exertion is a common mechanic in farming simulators, but to me, never really felt like it was pushing me along enough because there would always be tomorrow. There wasn't really a fail state. Running out of time was only a self-imposed punishment rather than impacting a wider story. Like worst case scenario, you just go to spring year 2 if you miss all the crops in spring year 1. But in Crop, things are more dire. Your tools are shit, you can get sick, your crops can get infested, and all the while there is a lurking mystery of the weird townspeople, hints of violence, and the occult. Yes, you get to enjoy the satisfaction that comes with irrigating your crops or having a bountiful harvest, but it kind of feels more earned because you have toiled so much. I think it looks really cool, but there is no release date yet. You can wishlist it though. Next one up is Neverway, and I got to play the prologue of this one. Cannot wait to see how the rest of it shapes up. I think the prologue is available to download now. Imagine you quit your job, move to the sticks to start a simple life, living off the land, and instead you become indebted to a god, and there is some kind of nightmare reality that is bleeding into the regular one. And for some reason in this demo there was a simulation thing, but it's okay because you got a big sword and a hook shot and abilities, and you make friends along the way. What I liked about Neverway from my hour or so with it was not only its gorgeous pixel art or the pulsing Disaster Piece soundtrack, but the way it so confidently shifted between vibes. The main character, Fiona, is in what I would just call a liminal state, very depressed, in a dead-end job, going through a breakup, and believes that getting away from all that, she'll find her purpose living off the land. And I think the writing, in particular the opening, was really subtle and impactful. It was great at establishing tone, but it also quietly introduced an otherworldliness, a lingering dread into the game. And while I didn't get to experience much of the crafting or farming, I did do a fair amount of combat. And typically in these types of games, Stardew, Fields of Mystery or whatever, combat is kind of my least favorite thing to do. I'm not big into going into the mines, even though it's such an important thing you have to do in every one of them. You gotta go in the mines and fight gobs of goo. If you've done Stardew combat, this will be very familiar to you. However, you get abilities in this one. You got a good dodge. As you progress, you get more abilities. So typically in the farming sims, you up your hearts with other characters and you progress those relationships. You can maybe date them, marry them, have them move into your farm. Doesn't feel, to me at least, it doesn't get you anything like truly meaningful gameplay-wise, other than maybe some gifts. But in Neverway, combat abilities are tied to relationship building, making it a little bit more akin to Persona in that way. At least in Persona, yeah, you get abilities tied behind relationship events with your friends. And I like that. It means that all of the systems are feeding into each other. It's fun. I think it's up to a really strong start. It's coming out in October this year. I think there's like 400,000 wish lists or something already. I hope it's on your radar. I kind of don't want to talk about Fractured Blooms because I want you to finish watching this video and then go and just download the demo. Finish watching the video first, please. You can do whatever you want. However, if you do need the elevator pitch / reductive description via Steam tags, it is a time loop, psychological horror, farming / life sim, cooking minigames, first person. Fractured Blooms is what I am talking about when I say that the mundane is the perfect thing to mess with to create a terrifying experience. There is a part in that Fractured Blooms demo where I am collecting laundry to put away, which is perhaps the most mundane of mundane chores. Nothing scary has ever happened when doing laundry except maybe like putting a red sock in a white load of laundry, right? Well, what are we talking about here? One of the scariest things I've done in years. I was so stressed, and I really applaud a game that makes me feel stressed because I am dead inside. I think Fractured Blooms has a lot going for it. No release date just yet, but Serenity Forge are always a publisher / developer to keep my eye on. And you should be doing the same. I don't even want to tell you the story about it. Just play the demo. It's like an hour. Now, a couple years ago at Summer Game Fest, Blumhouse announced that they were moving into games. They announced the upcoming slate. And honestly, all the games looked really cool. But Grave Seasons is the one that I immediately honed in on. Because I love a deduction game. And the setup of a farming sim where you have to figure out who in the town is a supernatural serial killer could not be more at my street if it tried. I also love that it's really pushing the fact that your actions will have consequences and the outcome of the story will change based on who you decide to befriend or romance. And yes, you can romance the killer. I've not gone hands-on with this one yet. I know there was a demo, I think at PAX, and allegedly one is coming soon. And I'm excited to see what the balance between farming and relationship building and avoiding a serial killer is going to be. Because I think that's kind of crucial to obviously get right, to make you feel like you have enough time to toil and build and craft and whatever, but also push the story forward. I'm excited for this one. And again, III has been killing it. I think it was a really strong showcase. And this other game, funnily enough, perfect for this feature, was Graveyard Keeper 2. Now, I never played the original, and I can only go off the trailer for the sequel, but if you are looking for a cozy horror game, this is it. There's crafting, building, and then there's the macabre, because you are maintaining a graveyard and defending your town from the rising undead. Some people think about the Roman Empire a lot, and to be clear, I am one of those people, but I also spend a lot of time thinking about medieval Europe. So this game is really doing it for me. It's out later this year. So what have we learned? Welcome to Lucy's Corner. I think we've learned that I am bored of a traditional farming sim, and I think that maybe actually when I'm thinking of a cozy game, I'm actually thinking of a horror game, because for some reason to me that is more comforting than, I don't know, building the community center in Stardew is stressful. Like rare drops in Fields of Mystria, some of those drop rates are bad. Yeah, like I said up front, I don't particularly enjoy the term cozy games. I think first of all, I think the term is too nebulous. You can absolutely argue that the term horror is too nebulous too. Like, what are we talking about there? I feel like both cozy and horror are more descriptors of a feeling that you get rather than an actual genre of gaming that we should be using as a tag. It's why throughout this feature I was referring to things like Stardew and all the games that I mentioned as like farming sims in particular, because that is the core. But you know, we live in a world where everything has to be immediately identifiable and comparable to something we already recognize because we aren't willing to experiment with things, and that's why we rely too much on facsimiles of things that we are already familiar with. This is gonna be, I'm gonna stop here before I get sad about the current state of the world. But anyway, I think these games look cool. I think if you are like me, you will probably think they are cool too. Thank you for watching. Stay spooky.